It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Yeah, I saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
And Nesmith gets it to go. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends, and coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Pass to Durant. Back to Jackson. Banchero the screen. And here's Wallace. The shot misses. Great D that time from Holmgren. Fox outside. To the inside. Back to Holmgren. From the stripe. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. And the sky is the limit for this guy. KD unafraid to get to the mid-range, and he can get there at will.
Here's Fox going inside. Good D by Wallace.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Jackson outside. Fires for three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a three-point game. Launches it. The shot won't fall.
1 for 5 out there, but no worries. Just keep attacking.
The three from Banchero. There's the three. On target from range.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Fox deciding where to go with it. Pass to Thibault. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a three at the other end, but it can force you to rush things. Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Nets trail by 8. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Jackson for three. Unable to get that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. To the middle. And stolen by Banchero. Here's the break. There's Nesmith with the three. Gets the three ball to go. Nesmith's got 6.
I just love the ball movement.
Pass to Smith. Now here's Holmgren. Puts up a three. Hits a three-pointer.
And you can already tell Holmgren has an edge to his game. Gets the three right back. That's the competitive streak you need as a young player. You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contribution.
Now here's Banchero. Give him 8. Durant's shot is off.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Fox. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
The closer that Fox gets inside, the more effective he could say. I guess you could say he's good in the Fox hole.
Back to Nesmith. Over Fox. Nesmith's shot is off.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And so it's the goal.
The next, 9.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie.
DiVincenzo just one step ahead of the D that time.
Nembhard, right side. Outside Mathurin. Grant the screen. Pass to Nembhard. Back to Grant. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
In the last few years, we've seen a nice leap from Jeremy Grant, including how effective he can be in that spot.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Yep, that one goes. Holmgren's got his second basket of the night.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
And DiVincenzo comes to help. Pass to Bona. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
It's on De'Aaron Fox. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And here's Horford for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Reed. Horford with some nice D.
That's their plan to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
To the paint. Oh, stop it in there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to be on Naz Reid. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the game here.
You just get a feeling with Al Horford that he's going to make an impact either on the floor or in the locker room, no matter who he suits up for.
And the Warriors miss again.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Down low. Up top, DiVincenzo. Back to Horford. And Horford powers it home.
Pretty strong and physical that time from Al Horford on the inside.
Here's Nembhard. Oh, rejected by Beal. And they're able to recover. Pass to Graham. Here's Bona. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he goes in for the dunk.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Stolen by Reed. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
And make some noise once again for your Warriors dance team.
Banchero left side. Tries it from the top of the key. That one drops for him. Banchero's got 10.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Beal outside. Three-pointer. Inside. Again, the net score.
Bradley Beal knowing how to get it done on the inside, finding a nice way to finish that time.
Nembhard with it. Green picks him up. Here's Grant.
Oh, wow! Man, Jeremy Grant is one of those guys that's capable of highlight dunks on a nightly basis. That time, vicious finish.
And Horford powers it home.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Stolen by Reed. Nembhard outside. Jacks up a three. Another three for Golden State.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. He is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's DiVincenzo. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Reed.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Pass to Mathurin. Takes the three. Connects from downtown. Mathurin's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. Back to the game after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Nets trail by 14. Fox outside. Pulls it from 20. Wallace pulls it in. And here are the Warriors now. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. And at home for the next one, it'll be Oklahoma City pulling in. That'll be the second of a two-game stretch at home. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
The Warriors lead by 14. Pass to Nesmith. Outside Durant. Durant draws the double. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Five on the clock. Here's Jackson. Brooklyn pulls it in. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. DiVincenzo on the wing. Screen by Holmgren. Out to the wing. From deep. Wallace pulls it in.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
2 open that time. Made it look easy. Jackson's got 5 points.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Here's Fox. 6 points for him. There's the drive. That one doesn't drop.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
There's Jackson with the 3. Drains the triple. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Now here's Fox. A steady force on their offense. Recording around 14.5 a game.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
It's good.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him, allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Fox outside. Shot to stop the run. And it's good on the layup. Give him 8.
Got it in deep, and that's how you do it.
And there's a pick. For 3, Durant. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Left side, DiVincenzo. Wallace with it. Guarded by Smith. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
That's a rarity for him, especially against the soft defense.
Back to Fox. .116 left to play in the third. Smith no good. The Warriors lead by 22. On the wing, Durant. 4-3. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Durant's got 5.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Pass to Holmgren. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find him.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And there's the screen. Thybulle with it. Let's go with a 3. He buries it from 3. Thybulle's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage of the distance.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Pass to Holmgren. And it's all from three-point range. Wallace outside. Open shot, Grant. And again, it's Golden State.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
The Nets, 29.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And here are the Warriors now. Here's Nembhard. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Outside Thibault. Screen by Holmgren. To the inside. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
Al Horford, Josh Green, Justin Holiday.
And Brent, you look at the greater parity around the league. One factor, rebuilding teams can't hoard cap space like they once did.
Yeah, BA, so much tougher for teams to absorb these huge contracts in exchange for picks. So now you've got to use that cap space from day one, jump on the guys that you think are going to propel your team, and hope for the best.
Right side Green. Shot clock at 6.
Grant could be such a devastating defender down there with those long arms and athleticism to contest shots.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Brent, we hear the phrase 3 and D. Jeremy Grant is a perfect example of that, though.
Well, Grant's done a good job of trying to find some more confidence in shooting from the arc. He shot over 40% from 3 in one season. Defensively, he's versatile, he's long. I'd like him to play a little bit more physical, but if that comes along, he's the kind of guy you want to suit up with.
Outside Reed. Pass to Mathurin. From behind the arc. Drops in the 3.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Beal. Portis for 3. Mathurin with a rebound.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Outside Reed. No good on the 3. And Brooklyn with possession here. To the middle. Here's Green. 3-pointer. Beal. And that comes off the assist by Green.
And Bradley Beal is going to stretch out a defense with that kind of range.
A moment here for an injury report.
Hey guys, the athletic trainer for Brooklyn provided some info for us. He told me it's a dislocated finger that's causing a good deal of pain right now. And with this injury coming early, it forces the coaching staff to make some difficult decisions. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
Three-pointer.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Back to Grant. Oh, Grant throws it down.
How about the athleticism of Grant, just extending that
2 minutes
time?
remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
To the paint. It's stolen away. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Pass to Horford. Outside, Green. And here's Beal. And the 3 off target.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Warriors.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And with this one safely in the books, it'll mark their 23rd win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
Out left to the wing. Here's Banchero. Solid as a rock from 20 feet out.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Nembhard outside. Right wing. Banchero, right side. Goes up from the top of the key. Rebounded by the Nets.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Mathurin with the ball.